Over to you.
All right, thank you so much. Well, humans aren't the only ones in need during this pandemic. So are fur babies who are roaming the streets or in homes that can't afford food. Houston PetSet is actually hosting a pet food drive this weekend to help fill the gap and help hungry dogs and cats from starving. So, Tama, thank you so much for joining us. So tell me a little bit more about what Houston PetSet really means to this community.
Well, Houston PetSet was designed to support other animal nonprofits. And after doing that for about 10 years, we realized that even though we were putting so much into this community and so many rescue organizations were putting so much into the community, the problem was getting worse and not better. We've gone through strategic planning, and we're really looking at impactful ways of creating a solution for the problem of animal homelessness in Houston.
Is it still really a problem? And with this pandemic, has it gotten worse or has it gotten better?
It's definitely gotten worse. That is the word on the streets. We've got a very large city. We've got rural pockets. It's very hard to measure the number of animals on our streets. But anecdotally, every rescue organization is saying it looks a lot worse than it was 3 or 4 months ago. The city and county shelters basically had to shut down. But without them taking in the strays, thousands per month, those animals stay on the streets or they stay in homes where they can't be cared for.
I saw so many stories where people seemed like they were adopting pets left and right, at least at the beginning of this pandemic, maybe for companionship and friendship, and they didn't like being alone. But there's a flip side to all of that, right?
Definitely. And people were doing so much and came out and they said, I've got time off. And it's so great to see the warmth and the heart for these animals that they want to foster them or adopt them or bring them into their homes. So that was great. But it's not enough. In a city like Houston, where we have hundreds of thousands of strays on our streets, 1 or 2 or 10 to 15 to 20 to 100 extra adoptions or fosters is fabulous, but it doesn't pick up the slack that we're seeing from not being able to have those animal control officers on the street picking up animals and having the shelters open so that people can surrender animals that they find or that they might not be able to care for.
I understand. Now, you're doing something really big this weekend.
Invite everybody we know, everybody in the community who care about animals, who care about people with animals, and have a food drive, because we know being on the streets, being in operations, running a mobile unit, that people are having trouble caring for the animals. And of course, food is that basic necessity that they need. So to be able to partner with a brand like BMW West, where they're a luxury brand, and bring animals into that is really good for our cause. So we're hoping that a lot of people come out and bring food and support this initiative. We know it'll help so many people if we can get at least food for a couple hundred pets. But we'll bring food immediately to our mobile unit where people are coming for free spays and neuters and where they're coming for free veterinary services. And then whatever's left, whatever they can't take, we'll store and then distribute that to people who need it. Rescue groups, people who might call us and say, how do I get food? We can find them, connect with them, and bring them food.
It must be just so rewarding to know that you're making a big difference like that.
It is rewarding. It's awful to see the suffering. It hurts us. So to be able to do something helps that pain that we feel when we see the suffering. So I feel blessed to be able to do this, to do something to mitigate that pain.
Wonderful. Well, listen, thank you so much for what you are doing in the entire group with Houston PetSet. You really, truly are making a difference. And hopefully people will listen, make the donations rather, and get the food that all of these animals truly need. And a big reminder, Houston PetSet's food drive is tomorrow, June 13th from 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. at the BMW of West Houston. To donate, you can simply drop by and drop off the food. But if you can't, please visit their website, houstonpetset.org, and make a donation.